seated. And of course, find your sit bones and draw your legs into a knee bent position, or your legs can be long, but with a soft knee in an elongated leg. So you might have the full feet resting or the heels. And you can even have your legs a little bit further apart if that feels better for you. So we're going to start today with just rolling and lifting into the pelvic tilt and tilt. So this is a lovely way of releasing tension from the low back. Yeah, so it's a tilt like a curl, of course, and then it's the anterior and posterior tilt of that pelvis. So you'll roll that tail underneath you, and then you'll lift out of the spine and create, it's almost like seated cat-cow in yoga. So letting yourself find a movement that starts in your pelvis, and then of course it travels gloriously through your whole spine. You can have your arms relaxed beside you, you can place the hands onto your thighs or your knees gently, resting. And then, you know, of course, because we're in Pilates, crown is on, eyes to horizon. But soon enough, you'll really start to find more of that C-shaped curve, and you might start to roll back a little bit more on the exhale with that posterior tilt, and then float through and sit tall on the inhale. And you might even want to slightly pattern the neck as well and take the head up to the sky, take the gaze up to the sky. I'm going to start to bring the legs now together and squeeze through the inside legs. Inhaling and exhaling. You can let your arms hold on to the backs of the thighs if you wish. So start to increase your own ability to allow that C-shaped curve, and coming now, of course, a little more definitively into your Pilates roll down. Seated roll down or curl down, but really also finding that lovely undulation of your spine. Well done. Okay, and then release the legs long, coming to sit again, drawing the flesh away from the buttock bones. Shake out the legs, maybe circle those ankles again after those standing balances. Flex or point your feet. Carry, of course, your weights if you wish to. And then as you reach the arms forward, shoulder blades draw down away from the ears. Breathe in and open out through the left arm, rotating all the way to the left. Look over the left shoulder, reach your right arm away from the chest, and then lift the left arm up over the ear and returning to center. Looking to the thumbs or to your hand weights. Inhale, right palm sweeps out to the right, turn right, look over the shoulder, and then exhale, big sweep over the top of the head and back to center. Of course, if you need to bend your knees in order to stack your spine correctly, you will make that adjustment, please. Breathe in, open, exhale, turn and release. Right arm opens, twist the whole body, and exhale. Turn and release, one more each side. And then shake out those legs, give them a little roll out. Again, choose to maybe come to the half sitting position with the knees fully bent, or the extended, slightly longer legs. Squeeze through the midline. And then when you're ready, exhaling, letting the body scoop through the abdomen, of course, and allow your body to lay down comfortably to mat. And bring your knees into the chest and give your back a massage, rolling from side to side. You You might even want to find a supine curl. On your exhale, bringing the head in towards the knees as you hug the thighs towards your chest. And then settle into pelvic neutral. So send your sacrum heavy and spreading down through the mat. Lay the chest open and reach your right thigh up, stacking the knee above the hip. And if you can also stack your ankle above the knee. So we've got this beautiful arrow leg. Make sure that the back muscles are spreading down and the abdomen is lovely and anchored. You slide your left foot a little further away if you wish. And then begin to out-turn your legs. So you're looking at the inner seam of the thigh. Heavy weighted conditioning strength through your left pelvis. And start to draw maybe the size of a dinner plate hip circle. So you're leading from the turning of the hip joint. You've externally rotated your leg and you're using an imagination of that big toe like a pen, drawing a beautiful circle on the sky. You've probably found 5, and now reverse for 5 and 4. Breathe, 3 and 2. Turn out the leg, 3 and 1 and 2, and I've lost count. Never mind, and release the leg. And take a moment for a little knee sway. Letting the feet rest, letting the knees roll left and right. So anchoring through the pelvis again. Heavy weight through those bones. Nice open chest, relaxed arms. Fold left knee above hip, lengthen the leg. If your leg muscles are particularly tight, you might find you have to have a knee bent version of this practice, or you can just bend and lengthen a few times as well. Just see if you can let those tissues open a little more. Now, rotate the femur bone outwards. So you're gazing at the inner seam of the leg. Relax the face. Point the foot and toes. It's not a fast-paced exercise because otherwise you're liable to be rocking your pelvis. So you want to feel as well some energetic sensation in your gluteals. After say 5 or 6 circles, calmly reverse direction. And then keep that left leg up. Can you bring now your right leg up to side? Both thighs out turn if possible. So it's almost like your little inner heels are touching. Remember, you may have to bend your knees a little. And then lowering the left leg. Draw back to sky. And then lowering your right leg. Enough. Now, again, can you use container of strength in the midline. So the vessel of the torso is wrapped with the muscles. If you like to think of it that way, a vessel containing all of your wonderful heart, lungs, stomach, liver, or bladder, you know, all of the organs being nourished by those contracted muscles just hugging around that midline. If you feel okay to curl up, cradle the head or hold onto the waist, and then you might start to move faster into your Pilates scissors, and it's going to be a little more advanced if your legs are moving further from your midline, but do not dome the belly or arch the back. And of course, if you need to bend the knees and bring the legs into centered position, it's fine. And this is how that looks, of course, if you're bending the knees and working into your bent knee scissors. Curl up the chest a little more, try and lift the shoulder blades away from the mat. So we've got our 2 different ways of using the scissors, the single leg alternate straight leg stretch, Remember to sigh that breath out now and again to remind yourself that you are still letting breath flow. And then when you're satisfied, you've felt enough, hug the knees in. Massage your back, maybe a little pelvic circle. And then we're going to roll to sit and flip round onto the all fours. So bring your knees onto your folded zone. Make sure they're nice and safe. And as you stabilise your body in your Pilates all fours, slide now your left leg away and let it float just below the hip line. Maintain your tabletop back and then calmly tap the left toe and float the leg for 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Hold steady, hug through that inner thigh and then circle your left hip for 5. So we're getting lots of nourishment into the hip joint in this part of the mat-based practice. Turning your hip 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and then reverse that circle. Remember you're isolating into the hips, so you're keeping the shoulder girdle steady and broad. Crown lengthening away. And then release. Might want to take a little shell stretch here. But then we're coming back into the all fours, sliding the right leg away. As you float the leg, remember it's not going to reach into the sky and twist your pelvis. And then tapping for 6 and 5. Long leg elongates out of your hip. Moving up and down with control. Press the earth away, please. And then hover that leg. Remember to hug again up through this midline. Looks like I'm not hugging, just got a really baggy t-shirt on. And then circle the leg. But you are circling from the origin of that hip joint moving. So it's a small circle. It's like you're making a circle about the size of a grapefruit. Turning in the other direction. Steady, relaxed breathing. And then when you've completed, maybe bring the knees apart a little. Nuzzle the hips down towards the feet. Inhale, exhale, take a lovely stretch there. And then come back to all fours. Reach your legs away. Walk into your Pilates plank. Squeeze through the midline. Secure all of that lovely, delicious bone weight loading strength. I know you can pop your knees down as well and have a knees down plank. And you can also spread your feet apart and have mat wide legs. So find the plank that works well for you. Sustain that stacking strength. And then we'll walk the feet in towards the arms and hands and refine that Pilates roll down. Sigh the breath away. And then when you feel that strength coming in through the center, spread your toes, lift your inner arches, draw up through the inner seams of the legs, hollow scoop the belly. Lovely, slow articulation back. Once you feel that pelvis is level, and then you find your shoulders stacked above the hips. Still look down, and then finally float your head to your midline. And let's come back to standing. Lovely tall standing at the close of your practice today. deeply inhale and greet the day ahead. And exhale into the midline, and take a moment to hopefully connect to a greater awareness of internal muscle strength supporting your gorgeous posture.